And we are live. Hello everybody, welcome to Richmond Rovers. My name is Wes and this is my first ever watch along, my first ever live stream on YouTube. So you're going to have to bear with me if there are any slip ups here and there. So we have England versus Croatia tonight. It's England's first game in the 2026 World Cup. The players have just coming out of the tunnel. We're going to have the national anthem, so kickoff will be in a few minutes. But one thing I wanted to do first is go through the lineup that Thomas Tuchel has put out for England. A couple of surprises in there for me personally. We had the discussion in one of my previous videos where, would they start Gahey over Stones? And John Stones is starting tonight. So I'll go through it from start to finish. So we have Jordan Pickford in goal, which of course that was going to happen. Reece James, Ezri Konsa, John Stones, Nico O'Reilly, Elliot Anderson, Declan Rice, Noni Madueke, Jude Bellingham, Anthony Gordon and Harry Kane. Now, Anthony Gordon starting is also a huge surprise over Marcus Rashford, considering that Marcus Rashford had a fantastic season for Barcelona. But Thomas Tuchel has preferred Gordon in this situation. And Noni Madueke, I know that Saka has been carrying an injury since around March time. So Madueke is sort of Saka number 2 in this scenario. So starting Madueke ahead of Saka, he might want Saka to come off the bench, or he might not be fit enough to play 90 minutes. So Thomas Tuchel's attitude must be maybe better safe than sorry in this one. But here we go. God Save the King is playing. But yeah, I'm super excited for this. If you're joining me for the first time, welcome. My name is Wes. And comment below, let me know what you think the score will be. I think this is going to be an England win. I don't think it will be as, say, a thrashing by any such sense of the occasion. I think it will be 2-1 to England. But we've had a lot of draws in this World Cup so far. Portugal have just drawn with DR Congo, or Dr. Congo, as a few of my workmates like to call them. But yeah, let me know what's happening. Let me know where you're from. Comment below, let me know. And we will see what performance England come up with tonight. It's very, very, very exciting. I won't lie to you. I'm very excited for this. It's, even if I just get one viewer, even if I don't get any viewers, it's still practice. But Croatia's national anthem is on. So, yeah, let me know what you think if you're willing to join me. My name is Wes again. Welcome. And, yeah, this is going to be something that I'm going to be doing for every England game. And as the World Cup progresses, when we get to crunch time and when the good games really start happening and the jeopardy is there, I am going to cover it. So, yeah. Do you think England will win tonight? Do you think Croatia will pull in a little bit of a shock? Just let me know. Let me know. Obviously, we know how the concept of watch-alongs work. I've watched many of them from many streamers. I'm not going to be showing the game. I'm not going to be playing audio of the game. So I'm going to be watching the game alongside you guys and reacting to it. If you hear things in the background as well, such as, seagulls making noise or, cars driving by. Seagulls in this place, unfortunately, they are a thing. I live in Devon, so they are very prominent around here. You'll have cars driving by, I think my wife's next door watching Friends, so you might hear something like that. But let's get this rolling. Let's get this rolling. Kickoff is only a couple of minutes away. The national anthems have been sung. And yeah, what do you think of Anthony Gordon starting ahead of Marcus Rashford, as well as John Stones starting ahead of Mark Gahey? If you can let me know, that would be wonderful. And yeah, let's just wait and see what happens tonight. I'm really looking forward to this. Really looking forward to this. It seems like it has been forever since the opening game last week between Mexico and South Africa, and then England's first entry into the World Cup. It seems like, It only seems like yesterday where we had the France versus Argentina World Cup final in Qatar. So, it seems so long ago and yet so near. I don't know where that metaphor's taking me. But here we go. We've got the referee with the ball there. Got Harry Kane and Luka Modric. I don't know if they played together at Tottenham. I don't know if they were sort of passing by, but Luka Modric tonight is having his 199th cap for Croatia. The man's a machine. He's an absolute machine, as well as our captain tonight, Harry Kane. What is it, 67 goals he scored last season? Or this season just gone, I should say. Unbelievable stats. He is truly in the prime of his career, and if England are to do anything in this World Cup, it has to be purely on, maybe not purely on his shoulders, but he has to take the burden of that. And I'm sure he is aware that, the fate of the nation may depend upon his shoulders. So come on, Harry, let's sort this out. They're just going through the lineups here. I'm going to be listening, well, partly listening to the commentary on here as well. So I will have my headphones on. I'll try and do my best to keep talking through. But I don't know what kind of game to expect tonight, to be honest with you. I don't know whether or not we're going to go all guns blazing, or whether or not it's going to be a typical England conservative performance where it's just moments.com. But we will have to wait and see. Obviously, we have Luka Modric there. Ivan Perisic is playing. So here we go. I don't know how far ahead or behind I am. I'm using the IVX website, so I might be like 30 seconds or a minute behind. I doubt I'm a minute ahead. But England's going to be kicking off, and it looks like Declan Rice is going to be kicking off for us. There's Luka Modric there. Harry Kane. There's Declan Rice, who's just about to kick off. Countdown is starting. Give us a subscribe, like the video, share it. Let's watch England versus Croatia. Come on, England. Let's get the win. 3 points. Referee blows the whistle. Declan Rice, he kicks the ball off. Here we go. Long ball from Jordan Pickford. I swear Lee Dixon's listening to me, man. He's just said exactly the same as I've said. Maybe we've got some cameras around here other than this one. There's Josko Vardiol there plays for Man City. And John Stones passes to Pickford. So a steady start from a neutral standpoint. Will Harry Kane have an impact on this tournament? Likelihood is that he will. Obviously, we've had the big hitters, other than Cristiano Ronaldo, be a huge part of the tournament so far. Lionel Messi scored a hat-trick yesterday. Erling Haaland scored 2 goals. Kylian Mbappe scored 2. So we shall... Oh, what's going on here with John Stones? He looked like he was just about to play Twister there. Oh, it's an early corner for Croatia. Who was that who just conceded? Well, it's not going to put it. But early corner for Croatia. It's going to be Perisic to take it. Excuse the ASMR as I'm drinking here. there's a huge height difference between the Croatian attackers and Reece James and Elliot Anderson. Oh, there's a good volley there, but over the bar. Early opportunity for Croatia. I hope that this isn't going to be like a typical England conservative performance, like, you know, just park the bus and just wait for a counter attack. But I don't know. I don't know. We've been let down too many times before. Oh, they lose the ball there. Reece James loses the ball. Ivan Perisic crosses it in, but easy to deal with by Rice. I think Croatia are going to be waiting for the counter, but I don't know. Croatia in the last sort of, well, in the first 4 minutes are looking the better side at the moment, but Madueke, he's got a good chance here. I don't know how hot it is in Dallas at the moment. Let's have a look. Dallas, Texas weather. So it's currently 33 degrees Celsius in Dallas, but it feels like 39. So it is what the British call bloody hot over there. Gee, just 30 degrees at 9 o'clock. No, absolutely not. John Pickford, Sam Matterface there. Out came John Pickford. This is the face of ITV commentary, guys. England are just taking their time a little bit there. It was a good tackle by Anderson. We haven't seen anything of Anthony Gordon yet in the first 5 minutes, so if he can make an impact, that would be wonderful. He has a lot to prove with Marcus Rashford not starting. Well, Madueke almost keeps the ball in from Pickford's long ball, but goes out for a Croatia throw-in. What have you made of the World Cup so far? Has it been a great tournament so far? Has it been a mediocre? You know, the moment of the FA Cup, the moment of the World Cup so far has to be Cape Verde's draw against Spain with the goalkeeper. I can't remember his name, but the goalkeeper's performance was outstanding. So that has to be the moment of the tournament for me so far. So in terms of goal scoring, the highest score was Germany versus Curacao. I won a little bit of money off that. France in the second half, yesterday, the first half, France were terrible against Senegal, but the second half, they looked fantastic. Olise, what a player. What a player. Mbappe, we all know what we're getting with Mbappe. But Barcola as well, when he came on for Dembele within the last sort of 20 minutes. He was brilliant. He's really underrated winger, I think, Bradley Barcola. Anderson just tried to find Kane with the through ball, but he gets the ball back. Madueke here. Madueke does the feint. James into the box. It's not fully cleared by Croatia. Harry Kane. It's a England corner. England's first chance. So we've got Declan Rice to take the corner. Corner goes in. It's not fully cleared. Oh, it's a penalty. It's a penalty to England. Luka Modric. Oh dear. There was just a little bit of a high boot there from Modric. Madueke, he doesn't see him. Pretty much kicks him in the gonads. Definite penalty. It's not going to be like the France penalty claim yesterday. Big H, Harry Kane. The fate of this nation rests on your shoulders, son. England's all-time top goal scorer. He doesn't look phased. He doesn't look phased at all. He steps up. He saves it. Jesus. They're claiming that there might be... They're claiming that he came off the line early. Might be a VAR check. Oh dear. They're doing a VAR check here. Oh, look at that. Yeah, definitely. Oh, come on, Harry. Attempt number 2. We'll forgive you for missing the first one. Come on. That was just a false start. A false start for Harry Kane there. He's got to hit it. I think he's going to go... He was going to go for the bottom right. I think he'll go for the top left. Come on, Harry. Attempt number 2. Steps up. Easy. That's what it should have been. 1-0 to England. Big H. Beautiful. He's back on the board. Don't do that bloody stutter again, for Christ's sake. 1-0 England. Now we've got to go in for the kill. We have to go into the kill and just etch our name in stone and say, we are here and we are here to stay and we are here to win. Smell the blood. Come on. Now, will England actually go in for the kill here, or will they just sit back, relax, park the bus, wait for the 92 to show up, and Moments FC again? We'll have to wait and see. I want to say 92, that's one of our local buses over here. So that wasn't a niche reference to anything. Yeah, you know what I mean. I think Croatia are just going to take their time here, calm everything down. Croatia, they're no pushovers. You know, they were in the semi-finals of the last World Cup. They were finalists of the World Cup before. They know they are an experienced team. They know how to handle pressure. So they're currently on the wing right now. Oh, Jude Bellingham there. Jude Bellingham, what a block. Oh, it could be another penalty, apparently. Where was the penalty claim? No way. Oh, it's overturned for a goal kick. What is wrong with these referees saying that, you know, if there's a tiny bit of contact in the box, it's a penalty? It wasn't a pull of the shirt. It was literally just held onto him just for a second. An easy dive there. Jude Bellingham did a fantastic job in blocking the striker there. I can't remember what number he was. Brilliant ball by Harry Kane into Madueke. Madueke is in the box. And England corner. Come on, England, we can do this. Get 2 or 3 goals. We can have an early night. Declan Rice to take the corner again. Rice into the box. Anderson with a shot is blocked. And goes back to Pickford. Croatians look for a handball there, but it goes out for an England throw-in. Anthony Gordon into Johnny Stones. Right, well, whilst we're doing the pass-back game, here's a question for you. Are you doing a sweepstake for the World Cup at the moment, whether or not it's with your friends, with your colleagues, with your family? I'm currently doing a sweepstake at work. In our work, we put in 20 quid for 2 teams each, considering there's 48 teams. My teams were the Ivory Coast and Norway, so good starts for both teams, especially Norway. But, you know, I don't think I'm going to win the jackpot. But who knows, Norway? Norway, they could do something. And Ahmad scored as well for Ivory Coast, so that's a big win for any Man United fan. But yeah, if you did a sweepstake, who did you get? Felt pretty bad for the guy that had Cape Verde because we were butchering him and they played really well against Spain. I think one of the other surprises of the tournament so far, I know we're in its infancy, but is Australia beating Turkey. That was a surprise because nobody expects Turkey to do well as such, but Australia beating Turkey and beating Turkey comfortably was a little bit of a shock to me. What do you think about that? There's Bellingham. Reece James, it won't get to him. We're going to be going to the hydration break in a minute, so I'll take full advantage of that. The one thing that I love about sort of starting a YouTube channel, and especially if this live stream it doesn't do very well, or videos down the line don't do very well, like previously I would have had a thing of, why can't I have the same viewership as Mark Goldbridge or Spencer FC or The Overlap or anything like that? And the truth is that, I'm starting from the bottom here, and having even just one person view a video like this is just amazing to me. A stranger, it can't just be, just can't be a colleague from work or anything, because that's cheating. But everything is improvement. Oh, there's a couple of familiar faces there. JT, John Terry, with Arsene Wenger. Debbie Hewitt there. But yeah, I'm starting from literally the bottom. I don't want to make a Drake reference because I don't listen to any of that nonsense. But, starting from the bottom and moving on up. Oh, Jude Bellingham. It's 4 versus 2 at the moment. Nah, it didn't lead to too much. But yeah, if you're watching myself for the first time, my name is Wes. This is Rich from Rovers. If you can give the channel a subscribe, comment below, give us a like, watch all the videos. I'm going to be doing more and more videos as time goes on. Whether or not that's through the World Cup or when the new Premier League season comes out. Obviously the Premier League fixtures come out on Friday, even though not really many people care at this moment in time about that, which is completely understandable. I mean, we have got a bloody World Cup going on. Anthony Gordon there, he did very well, but it was too much of a heavy pass. Bloody hell, he was miles off the line. Just showing the replay of the first penalty. He was miles off. Right, it's a hydration break. hydration break. Cheers, everybody. What is your tipple of choice for this evening? Mine is a bog standard apple and blackcurrant squash. So we're halfway through the first half. Other than the goal, it's been a pretty standard England game. It's been very conservative from both Croatia and England. Croatia have had a couple of chances. I would be surprised if it stays 1-0, to be honest, but we shall wait and see. Who do you think will be the top goal scorer of the World Cup? Do you think it will be Lionel Messi? Will Cristiano Ronaldo make a huge impact? He didn't do well again. Well, he didn't do well tonight against the DR Congo. But do you think that Erling Haaland will have an impact? Do you think that Harry Kane will top the leaderboard? Comment below. Let me know what you think. With all the technology and all the AI and everything that is around and at ITV's disposal, they're using a bloody blackboard and chalk. I mean, if they just want to, you know, stay analog and are anti-AI, then fair play. It seems like, to me, England are just trying to go for the long ball at the moment, and that's not really going to work for an opposition with, you know, a huge size difference between sort of the wingers and the defenders. Well, so far I think the stream's going pretty well, considering it's my first one. It's all a learning curve. It's all a learning curve. Hopefully I'll be looking back on this stream in a couple of years and laughing about how terrible I've been. But so far, it's all right. I'm not really used to having, you know, lights shining on me, though. That seems to be, it's getting a bit warm. The game's restarted and Croatia are on the ball. What do you think of the hydration breaks, by the way? Do you believe that they are useful, considering the weather conditions in North America at the moment, considering it's around sort of 35 degrees in Dallas at the moment? Or do you think it's a advertising ploy? I know that I watched The Rest is Football on Netflix, and Gary Lineker is very much against them, and he believes it to be more of a political advertising moment for America, considering the Americanization of football. Even though that the British channels, both BBC and ITV especially, they're not advertising anything during these hydration breaks, so I don't know if that is like a political stand against it, or whether or not it's just, you know, there's only a minute's worth of a hydration break. So what do you think about it? Do you think it's a waste of time, or do you reckon it's actually useful? If you could let me know, that would be lovely. Oh, Harry Kane's given the ball away there. Looks like it's a free kick to England there, on the edge of the defensive goal line. So Jordan Pickford will probably ping the ball over. I'm also recording this for my computer, so I can edit all the best bits and things, and it's going to take a hell of a lot of memory. I might have to stop the recording and then restart it during the second half. I do think that the hydration breaks slow down the game quite a bit. I know this hasn't been the most fast-paced of games, but it does slow the game down even more. You know, if it's end-to-end and then suddenly it stops, yeah, it's bound to slow down. But Croatia here, they're looking to go towards the box. It's a heavy ball, but Perisic keeps it in. It's headed away by Reece James. Luka Modric has the ball though. Croatia is sort of passing the ball around in the English defensive third. Sort of got like a 5-4-1 formation at this current moment, because it looks like Declan Rice has just shifted into centre-back as Croatia are moving forward. I'm sure that will change. Anthony Gordon wins the ball back. That's good. Good attacking work there. Rice into Harry Kane. Beautiful ball to Madueke. Bellingham, inch away from grabbing the ball there. Beautiful ball in by Madueke. Jude Bellingham. That's just unlucky. It is unlucky. England just going to take their time here. Foul there, but on Elliot Anderson. Elliot Anderson is also one of the main transfer stories at the moment. He will, whether or not he leaves Nottingham Forest, or will he go to... I've just seen the getting distracted by a couple of the old England shirts. Brilliant. I might have to get one of them. But whether or not he'll go to Man City have offered 120 million for him. Whether or not he'll go to Man United, I don't know. I mean, they can't even sign Sandro Tonali, so they won't sign Elliot Anderson. I mean, I saw a thing that they're looking at Somerville, Man United. They're looking at Somerville on the wing. We need a centre midfielder. I know we've got Ederson coming in, but we need somebody like an Anderson or a Tonali. Like, yeah, Somerville, I really like Somerville, but he's just been relegated with West Ham. Side note there. And the ball go out there? We haven't seen too much of Nico O'Reilly. He's just committed a foul, but we haven't seen too much of O'Reilly so far, so that's possibly a good thing, possibly a bad thing. Whether or not we'll see O'Reilly going forward into the midfield over the tournament, like he did for Man City. I know that Trevor Chalobah, what I've discussed in my previous video, has come into another centre-back. He could play full-back, or Konza could go into full-back. But at the moment, it just seems like England are... What was Pickford doing there? He thought he was Lionel Messi trying to get past the Croatian player. If somebody can remind Jordan Pickford that he isn't prime Messi, that would be lovely. Jude Bellingham is on the counter-attack. Madueke, he's got plenty of space. Take your time. Pass it to Bellingham. Bellingham's to pass. Pass it to Reece James. Reece James with the ball into the box. There's O'Reilly into Stones. Stones to Anderson. Reece James with the ball in. Good ball. Once we get to a stalemate, I just want to see how big the file is in terms of my recording from Streamlabs into the computer. It's recording with 4K as well, so oops. Alright, ball's gone out for an England throw, and I just want to quickly have a look. It's 43 minutes just then. 1.23 gigabytes, that's not too bad. That's not bad. Croatia have won the ball back. They're in the box. Brilliant feint there. Brilliant goal by Croatia. There was a potential foul on Jordan Pickford, on Jude Bellingham, but a beautiful hit. Pickford got a hand on it, but that was no one could have saved that. England just fell asleep. 2-1 still on the cards. There's a beautiful feint there. It's number 16 for Croatia. Excuse my ignorance on that one. But a beautiful hit. No one saving that. No one. Pickford got a hand on it, but can't say anything other than what a finish. Now England need to wake up. And here we go again. Who scored it? Baturina. Excuse my mispronunciation if I did that. Well, it's 1-1. It's probably the fair score at the moment. 120 kilometres an hour, apparently, that ball was hit at. I've got to learn to actually do the conversion rate between kilometres per hour and miles per hour, because I'm heading to New Zealand in September, and the speed limit over there is 48 kilometres per hour, which is the equivalent to 30. But obviously, you know, 18 kilometres per hour isn't 1 mile an hour, so I just need to figure out what the actual sort of conversion rate is on that. But once in a lifetime trip, really looking forward to it. Got a couple of projects in mind for one of my other YouTube channels, so whilst Josko Vardio takes a throw in, I'll do a shameless plug. My other YouTube channel, which is called Wes Watches, is going to be a film watching / commentary channel. So if you want to give that a subscribe, I'll post a link in the description. I'm not going to be doing any watch-alongs though. I'm definitely going to be doing some Wes Watches, hence the title of the channel. But I'm not going to be doing any live streams. They'll be cut down to say on copyright. I think that would be rather boring if we were to do that. It's not the most thrilling of games we're watching, to be fair. So who knows? Maybe I'll watch Bend It Like Beckham, and that'll be more entertaining than this game so far. Hasn't been too bad though. We've had a few chances. Croatia have had a few chances. Harry Kane scored the penalty. A Croatian player, I've already forgot his name, that's really bad, scored an absolute weldy. Also testing out the microphone battery. Apparently these microphones in the interface thingy that's on top of the camera, apparently this can last up to 7 hours. So let's put that to the test, shall we? If the audio goes crap, then we'll just have to use the camera mic. I've got a couple of other microphones, so we'd figure it out. It would just be a pain in the bum on that one. Batterina, that's the one, Batterina. That's a good ball there. Looks like it's going to go out for an England corner. The thing is, we get into half time and it's going to be 1-1, then England do have to step up a gear, you know, make a substitution or two. Anthony Gordon hasn't really done anything, so perhaps put on Rashford. Madueke, he's had a good game so far, but obviously Saka is on the bench. Obviously we have Morgan Rogers, we have Ollie Watkins, just in case Harry Kane can't play 90 minutes. So here we go, but we've got an England corner. Ball goes into the box. Beautiful header by Harry Kane. Oh, just shut up about Ollie Watkins there. 2 goals for Harry Kane. Well, Gary Lineker won't be happy about that. I'm sure he will be. Beautiful corner in and a fantastic header into the bottom left corner. Absolutely fantastic goal by England there. They stepped up. If we're going to be the Arsenal of the World Cup, then we'll just have to put up with it. But the big stars, as I said earlier, the big stars are showing up. Other than Ronaldo at the moment, the big stars are showing up Messi, Haaland, Mbappe, Kane. Messi's got 3 goals. The rest have got 2. The Golden Boot is going to be very, very interesting to watch as the tournament progresses. Come on. Right, don't just shut up shop. We've still got another half to go. Well, there's a lion there, look, in the pitch. Lovely. He wasn't on the pitch. It was a dude dressed up in the lion's costume. Big H, he stepped up. The captain. Oh, well, that was unlucky by Madueke there. He almost won the ball back on the counter. As we're heading into half-time, if you were Thomas Tuchel, what would you do for the second half? For me, I'd personally take off Anthony Gordon. He hasn't really produced anything. It's not his fault, but I think Marcus Rashford will be a good presence in this World Cup, considering the form he had for Barcelona. So I think Gordon for Rashford would be a great substitution. There we go, O'Reilly. Gordon into Bellingham. Free kick there, yeah, easy. I'd say it was a free kick. It was soft free kick, but still a free kick, mind. We'll take it, we'll take it. Right, who's going to take this then? Is it going to be Harry Kane if he's going to score a worldie of a free kick? Is it going to be Declan Rice? Remember those 2 free kicks that Declan Rice scored against Real Madrid? Champions League? No one will forget that. We've got 5 minutes of added time. Madueke standing over it. I think Harry Kane's walked away. Reece James as well. Reece James is a great free kick taker. Declan Rice is walking away. I think if it was a bit closer to the box, we would have Rice or Kane take this. But this is very much a Reece James power shot. No, it doesn't come to anything. Wouldn't have come to anything anyway. He hit it low. Right, goes for a Croatia throw-in. Ball into Perisic. game seems to be slowing down a little bit as we edge closer and closer to half time. Oh, that went out. There we go. That's a beautiful header by Kane. Beautiful header. Look at that guy. The ultimate dad dancer there. Love that. Love that. Oh, Harry Kane gets a little knock there. We do not need that. It looks like he's about to get up. Just had a little bang of the knee there. Croatia just had a shot, but it goes wide. It was just a knee-to-knee thing there. It's a bit soft there for a Croatian free kick. Just a little shoulder barge. There's nothing wrong with a shoulder barge. If Croatia can get a little chance here before half time. She wasn't going to shoot from there, surely. That was from like 45, 50 yards. Good ball in there by Croatia. Fantastic. I don't know if there was an offside there. Don't know if there was an offside call. But if there wasn't, they switched off again. Switched off again. The ball in there for the header to bounce down. Here we go, let's have a look. Oh, Perisic is onside. It's a brilliant ball to Perisic. Perisic heads it down and Musa scores. But there isn't offside call there for VAR. I think he was just on. I think it was just on. For Christ's sake, England. At least this is guaranteed to be a good second half, though. Maybe. They've called it. 2-2, half-time. Called it half-time. 2-2. I think overall, England were the better side, but Croatia, they took 2 chances, both of which were fantastic. One of the shots there from Baturina, I actually remember the name. Beautiful hit. Jordan Pickford gets a hand on it, but there's no keeper in the world that's saving that. And then the second goal, just then, we had the ball into Perisic. Perisic heads it down and Musa finishes it off. This is where you've got to take your chances. Take your chances, England. Come on. Second half, we're going to have some changes. We've got to have Rashford on. We'll have Rashford on. Perhaps, maybe Mainu as time goes on. Maybe if if Jude Bellingham if Jude Bellingham tires out, bring Mainu on or bring Morgan Rogers on. Mainu could be a replacement for Anderson, perhaps. But so far, with the England had a couple of, well, they had a penalty. They had a little scare with Harry Kane missing the first one, but the goalkeeper stepped to his line way too early. And then it was a beautiful cross in by Declan Rice from a corner, and Harry Kane headers it home into the bottom left corner. But so far, England, they've been okay, and that's not what we need right now. We need a performance. And so far, it's been an okay game with an okay England squad. So that's all I have to say at the moment about England. But whilst we're at half time, one of the things that I want to ask is, what World Cup brought you into football? What World Cup brought you? Well, what was the first World Cup that you remember, actually? My first World Cup. So I was born on the New Year's Eve '96. So we had like the World Cup in '98, which I was too young to remember. I vaguely remember 2002 Brazil versus England, with Ronaldinho scoring that absolutely fantastic, was it a free kick? But he lobs David Seaman. And 2006. 2006 is the tournament that I remember wholeheartedly, watching and seeing England lose to Portugal with the Ronaldo wink. That was something that I'll never forget. And as a Man United fan at the time, it broke my heart to see Wayne Rooney and Ronaldo get into a little scrap, but all ends well there. But so far, half time, 2-2. I think England can come back from this. Obviously, my score's out of the window, but I think England can come back and they can win this. But it's those little chances where Croatia take them, and they're taking their chances well. They haven't been the best of teams, but a beautiful header down by Perisic and a great finish by Musa. That's all you need. That's all we need. But England definitely do need to make an impact. They do need to make an impact. They need to bring some subs. I do think, once again, that Rashford is the sub to bring on. But so far, so good on this live stream so far. Getting a bit more comfortable with it now, which is nice. What time are we looking at as well? It's just gone 5 to 10. Normally this is way past my bedtime. But looking forward to the second half. Who have we got on as well in the early hours? So we've got full match schedule. So at midnight we have Ghana versus Panama, which is the second game within the England group, in Group L. And we also have Uzbekistan versus Colombia at 3 in the morning. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I'm not staying up for that. Not staying up for that. I remember Colombia in 2018. I think they had a pretty good tournament with Rodriguez, with one of the greatest ever World Cup goals in history. But I'm not staying up for that. No. And then we go into the roundabout of games once again. So the first games of the World Cup in terms of every group officially end at around 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. And the first game of round 2 will be the Czech Republic versus South Africa. Now, if South Africa were anything like they were against Mexico, then that is an easy 3 points for Czech Republic. But we shall wait and see on that one. Just trying to think of the next game that I can do a live stream for, that I can be bothered to do, to be honest, because now we're getting into the not the latter end of the group stage, but now we're getting into the mid stage. That's where the games start to get a little bit unappealing to do. But we have Scotland versus Morocco, which would be a good game to watch, but kickoff is at 11 o'clock on Friday night, and I'm not sure whether or not that's worth getting up for, whereas you've got a game such as, I think it's on the 26th, which is next Friday. Yeah, next Friday, Norway versus France. If Norway and France win their next game, respectively, which they probably will, let's be honest. I think Norway are playing Senegal, which is a very good game in itself, as well as France playing Iraq. I mean, if you wanted a bet builder for any game that's equivalent to Germany versus Curacao, then France versus Iraq might be the game where you might win some money. Not endorsing gambling, but, you know, yeah. What other games have we got here? Spain versus Saudi. I mean, Spain, they need to win that game because obviously they drew against Cape Verde, and if they don't win that game and Saudi Arabia get a point, or God forbid, get 3 points, Spain are in trouble. That third place playoff game, well, that third place playoff is looking very appealing on that front. But it's Spain, of course they'll do it. Of course they'll do it. And I saw something, it was like Spain lost the first game of the World Cup that they won. So I think that was against Switzerland. But do you remember prime Spain around the late 2000s, early 2010s, where they won Euro 2008, they won the World Cup in 2010 and Euro 2012. 3 trophies in 4 years. Obviously they have players such as Nico Williams, Lamine Yamal. He is the future of football. He's only, 18? What an incredible player he is. Incredible young player. It seems to be a good game actually on Saturday. Germany versus Ivory Coast at 9 o'clock. I might try and do that. We shall wait and see on that one. I've got an early shift that next morning, so we will wait. But that will be a good game, actually. And also, we have the Netherlands versus Sweden. That's sure to be a good game, considering that Sweden absolutely battered Paraguay. Not Paraguay, sorry. Who did they play? Tunisia. They battered Tunisia. See, that's the beauty about being live. There's no cutting. We can make these mistakes, and it's fine. We can laugh about it. But yeah, we will see. We will see. Now it's time for shameless plug. However many times I've done it. My name is Wes. Welcome to Richmond Rovers. If you can give the channel a subscribe, give us a comment, give us a like. Yeah, if you could do that, that would be wonderful. And I've got a film channel as well, which is called Wes Watches. I will link that in the description at the end when this gets processed. So give us all of the good stuff. Thank you very much. And yeah, looking forward to the second half now. I think this is like the main struggle for me at this moment in time, where I'm brand new to streaming and YouTube in general, but I'm brand new to streaming, and now we're at half time. It seems like a little bit of a lull, so I'm just trying my best to fill that gap. I'll have to fill that gap in a minute whilst going for a wee, but I'll turn the mic off because no one wants to hear that. But yeah, it's just I hope I'm doing okay. It seems like I'm doing okay. There's not been any crashes or, you know, the world hasn't imploded just because I've turned a couple of lights on. You know, although it is getting hot, I will say that. But I don't want that to go away. Oh, it's paused. I don't want that either. And, okay, that's strange. Okay, had a little bit of a technical glitch, so I could have, you know, kept my mouth shut. But here we are. That's the beauty of live streaming. I'll refresh that up. Right, where are we at the moment? We're just going through the fixtures there. I'm just going to quickly pop to the loo, so I'm just going to turn the microphone off and I will see you in a mo. Oh, is that off? No. Still not off. For Christ's sake. Why is my microphone not turning off? Can it be turned off during the live stream? I don't know. Okay, looks like I'm not going to the loo. That's fine. We have Vinicius Jr. dancing there. That's nice. That's nice. Right, let's see what's going on here on YouTube then, whilst this is happening. Completely unrelated to football, but I've seen a lot of stuff with Conor McGregor at the moment. Obviously, he's come back to fight Max Holloway. I haven't really been following UFC as much as I used to, but whether or not he is genuine in his comeback, he had a big downward spiral after he broke his leg against Dustin Poirier. But yeah, we shall see on that one. I'm just going to quickly see how we're going on YouTube. Looks good. It's looking all right. It's looking all right. That's good. But yeah, we'll see what happens with Conor McGregor, as well as seeing what will happen with England. It's 2-2. Something's got to give with England. We can't just sit on the fence now. We've just got to go straight for it. And yeah, we're going to go straight for it. Go straight for the jugular. Get the 3 points. Finish top of the group. Happy days are here again. But excuse the technical difficulties from earlier, by the way. I am new to the job, so bear with me. Cheers, everybody. Do, 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 do. Just watching the panel at the moment on ITV. It's the overlap special. So you've got Gary Neville, Roy Keane, Ian Wright. I mean, Ian Wright and Roy Keane. I like Gary Neville. I know Gary Neville is a very difficult person to comment on. He's very similar to Gary Lineker in a way, in terms of he's very passionate about his politics, which he has obviously every right to be. But sometimes he puts himself in a huge cauldron of hot water. But in terms of the overlap, I mean, I love the Stick to Football podcast. Really, really like that. I love the chemistry between all of the pundits and the hosts, I should say. And obviously, it's fallen under the radar a bit, but Gary Neville, he bought the That's Football and the United Stand, so they are building an empire which could merge the mainstream and the fan network. But just going on a bit of a tangent at the moment because, filling in the gap. But speaking of filling in the gap, we have the England team. They're starting to come out of the tunnel. And the second half, bloody hell, that was actually quite quick. That was very quick. Half time isn't shorter, is it? Was that 15 minutes? Bloody hell. Did a bloody good job. Nice. Right. England, Croatia, 2-2. We've got to go for the jugular here. We really, really do. We've got to show all of the countries in this tournament, especially France, especially Spain, especially Argentina, and especially countries like Portugal, Norway. We are not here to be messed around with. We have one of the greatest strikers in football at the moment leading the line. He's already scored 2. Come on. Second half begins. Croatia kick off. No subs yet. I think that will change within the next sort of 10-15 minutes. Right, here we go. England's on the ball. Little bit of a slow start, but that's to be expected. Will they bring Gahey on for Konza or Stones? But here we go. Bellingham's going into the box. Madueke's the pass. Beautiful goal. Fantastic. Jude Bellingham hits the post. It goes in. Moment of magic. That's why Jude Bellingham has to play as England's number 10. I know that Morgan Rogers, he is fantastic. He had a great season for Villa. But it's Bellingham. Jude Bellingham, we need him for moments like this. Perfect start for England. He could have passed it there, but he had the shot. Hits the post. It goes in. What a start. Now, once again, don't park the bloody bus. Go in for the kill. Let's send a message. Let's score 4, 5, 6. Hey Jude, come on. Oh, Gordon almost got the ball there. Here we go. They conceded Jude Bellingham again. Good save by the keeper. We're in the England end as well. Come on. Let's sniff some blood. That'll probably get clipped. It's a football context. Here we go. We've scored from a corner before in this game. Oh, O'Reilly, that was unlucky. Hits the side netting. They were marking Harry Kane very, very tightly there, and O'Reilly was unmarked. It's disappointing there from Vardy, not marking his own teammate. God, let's just stay like this. Let's just stay like this. Shut up shop. Tell you what, I haven't really watched England at all since the Euros. I saw a little bit of the friendly they played against. It wasn't New Zealand, it was the other one. I can't remember who it was. Costa Rica. And they were okay, but seeing Thomas Tuchel manage England, it seems a bit weird to me. I know he's been the manager for however long he's been the manager for, but it just seems a bit weird seeing Thomas Tuchel there, you know. Maybe it's because I just turn my football brain off when the international breaks are on after the Premier League. But will that change after the World Cup? Probably not. Anyway, it is a Croatia free kick. It's about 30 yards out. I think Modric is going to cross the ball here. We'll see what happens. Ball into the box. Headed out by Kane. Looked like a handball there, but we'll take that. That's unlucky by Golden. It's what we like to see. We like to see. Be intense. Go after him. Rice is heading towards the box. Beautiful. Oh, that's a beautiful save there by the keeper. Fantastic shot by Rice. This is what we want. This is what we want. It's going to be an England corner once again. Ball's headed out. Declan Rice is going to try and rebound that into the box. It goes out for another corner. Come on. This is what we want. We want Croatia on the back foot. England on the front foot. And then we win. Shut up shop. And we call it a good night. Short corner this time. Madway again to James. James to Anderson. Anderson back to Rice. Looks like they're not going to win that. No, that was never a foul. Should be seeing some changes shortly. I do like the second half pressure that we've put on Croatia though. Really do like that. And we go back to the England box. Who would you bring on? I've made it quite clear. I think Rashford needs to come on for Gordon. Gordon hasn't really done too much. Perhaps bring on one of the centre-backs. Bring on Gahey. Get him some game time within a World Cup setting. Jude has been fantastic in the second half. Beautiful dribbling by Kane. Kane's pass into Madueke. He's going to go out for a corner, I think. Yep. What can this corner provide? And it goes from Rice. O'Reilly again. Gordon. Ball's off the line. I think that might have been a double save there by the keeper. Looks like it's going to go for another corner. This is what we want. Here we go. Here's the replay. O'Reilly, great save by the keeper. Gordon, it is a double save. Great goalkeeping. What's this about? What was that about? The referees are doing like a little VAR check, but it doesn't matter. What is that about? Rice again. Into the box. Punch out by the keeper. Oh, that cross from Anderson's not... Don't think it's going to go... Oh, Kane's... Good touch there. Good save by the keeper. Brilliant shot by Kane. Keeper's man of the match for Croatia at the moment, that's for sure. Should be winning this about 4 or 5-2. Fantastic. Brilliant football. The keeper's had a great 5 minutes there. It's a good shot there by Kane. They were hunting for blood, and we just need to execute the plan. Modric is coming off, okay. Modric is coming off, and Kovacic is coming on. If we can get one more goal here, we can just kill the game off. So it's slowing down a little bit now. Standard. I do think we can get a couple more here. Kill the game off. Get Harry Kane to score a hat-trick. All the buzz from Messi would be gone. Good ball play there by Jude Bellingham, keeping the ball in. And out it goes from O'Reilly. Just checking the other recording size. It's about 1.38 gig, which is all right. I've got a pretty hefty computer in terms of storage, so it's all right. It's all right. Got a few England players warming up there. You can see Aberi Eze, Jordan Henderson. Will Jordan Henderson get a game? He might do if we get like 6 points from the group and then, you know, just cruise against whoever we're playing in the final game. I think it's Panama. Might be a reserves game. Give James Trafford a shot with the gloves on. Careful, Pickford, careful. There's a cheer going up. There must be a Mexican wave. Oh, celebrities. The game slowed down a little bit after the first 15 minutes. Croatia have just steadied the ship a little bit. This is what we need to be careful of, though, is that if Croatia just ease the momentum and then suddenly they get a chance and take it, then we're on the back foot again. So we need to just bide our time, take our chance, and then bosh. Who's that? Celebrity-wise? Don't know who that is. That was a terrible miss kick there by Pickford. O'Reilly's brilliant skill there by O'Reilly, but he loses the ball. This is what I'm talking about. Feint there again. Goes out for a Croatia corner. Oh, a goal kick even. Nice. Did look like it came from John Stones, so it should be a corner. But we'll take it. Here comes Jude. Elliot Anderson. Oh, that looked nasty. Nice seeing the fans all in the festive spirit of the World Cup. Gordon keeps it in. Looks like we're going to have a substitution here. We've got 2 players coming on for Croatia. No players for England yet, though. Surely we've got to see an England substitution coming up. Looks like there's going to be the hydration break in a minute, so once again we'll take full advantage of that. Oh, Pickford gets flattened like a fish. It's a long ball into Madueke, but it looks like he will lose out. England are just playing a little bit of a conservative game now. We have 28 minutes to go, plus added time. We still have yet to do the hydration break. Seems to be a bit of a stalemate at the moment, but we're still winning, which I'll take. Great cross into Harry Kane. Gordon. Good block there. Good tackle by Bellingham. Here we go. Morgan Rogers. Hydration break. Cheers, everybody. bit of a slower pace to the second half as there was within the first 15 minutes. But once again, England are winning 3-2, and we'll take the win. We'll take the win. We'll take the 3 points. This game isn't over yet. Rashford, I believe, is also coming on. So we've got Morgan Rogers and Rashford. Anthony Gordon will probably come off, as well as maybe Madueke as well. So we will wait and have a look for... Here we can see the TV screen pointing at Marcus Rashford. Just showing on the far left screen the Croatia goal, the second one being onside. It was definitely onside. This is very passionate from Thomas Tuchel there. Keep on going, keep on fighting. It's nice to see the England fans are singing along with Mr. Brightside that's playing in the stadium at the moment. One of the best things about the World Cup, and obviously for all countries, is for England, the England fans. They are brilliant. They really are. Oh, here we go. Right, so we've got Declan Rice coming off. I saw Saka coming on as well. So Anthony Gordon coming off for Rashford and Madueke. Yeah, triple substitution. Interesting. So is Jude going to be playing a little bit deeper next to Declan Rice? Looks like it at the moment. Which opens up the number 10 role for Rogers. And fresh pace on either side of the wings. Whilst we're saying that, Croatia are looking to get into their own box. They're in their own box. Good block by Anderson. Saka is currently on the pitch. Just had a foul against him. I do think we've got one more goal in this game. Really do. Whether it's for England or Croatia. At the moment it's looking likely for England, but I do think there is a goal in this game still. Morgan Rogers. Croatia a little bit sloppy there with the pass. Pass goes back to Jordan Pickford. Everything will calm down just for a moment. Long ball, Reece James. It's unlucky there. Good goalkeeping. There was a long ball from Reece James headed towards Rashford. The defender tips the ball where Rashford can go for the run, but yeah, heads the ball at Rashford. It was a poor header, but the goalkeeper does very well just to come out and claim it. "15 minutes to go. Will there be another goal? Who knows?" Well, Croatia, England have lost the ball. Croatia in their own box. Good save by Pickford. Great defending there. That was a good save by Pickford. Looking very dangerous. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to Croatia taking their chances. Here comes Rashford. Rashford passes back to Johnny Stones. Croatia had a Hollywood shot there. Terrible idea. Easy save for Jordan Pickford. There's Perisic down the wing. That was offside. What is the point of the referees and the officials / the linesmen? What's the point of like putting your flag down like a minute after a situation has happened? We saw that plenty of times last season where the player's in an offside position, but the ball goes on, they have the attack, they score the goal, they think it's a goal, and yet the referee goes, "Oh yeah, it's an offside." Why? You know, if it's an offside, then just put your bloody flag down. Referees have already been the topic of the World Cup so far. Let's not make it the future topic of the World Cup. They're already the bloody topic of football. Well, the game's slowing down. I do still think there will be another goal in here. Jude Bellingham's coming off. Smart move, I think. He's been the best player of man of the match, I think, for me. I know Harry Kane scored 2, but Jude Bellingham's been man of the match for me. Who's he come off for? He's come off for Jed Spence. So Reece James has gone into the centre, and Jed Spence is going into right back. Croatia's just had a cross there that was blocked by Konza. Just a little bit of an attacking move here by Croatia. Croatia with the ball into the box. Pickford with the punch out. Perisic, easy. Sucic, I should say, not Perisic. John Stones loses the ball there. We've got to be careful. We have to be careful. We can't just sit back. XG. Jesus Christ. I think we just need one more goal, and then we can kill it off. Great run by Spence. Great save. Fantastic run by Jed Spence. The Croatian goalkeeper has been their man of the match for sure. We could have been winning this game 6-7-2 if it wasn't for him. Here we go. Croatia heading towards our box. Good blocking by O'Reilly. Rashford with the clearance out. Oh dear. Oh, Pickford had a little collision with Saka there after his punch. Feint after feint after feint. The pressure's on a little bit. It's number 24 for Croatia. Beautiful cross in, but Saka's defended it out. Kovacic. Easy save for Pickford. So after the 15 minutes of the first 15 minutes of the second half, the game has died down. I think the only major chance that both teams have had has just come from Jed Spence. But we just need to keep this momentum. If we can score a goal, great. We're on the back foot at the moment just because Croatia have had a few chances. But their goalkeeper has been world class for them. Absolutely world class. Great move by Saka there. Rodgers into Spence. Here comes Rashford. Kill it off, Rashford. Beautiful. 4-2. That's what we're talking about. 4-2. Kill it off. 3 points in the group. Splendid. Absolutely brilliant move there. Saka, great dribbling. And Rashford with a beautiful finish. Fantastic turn by Saka. Rodgers with the pass. Jed Spence loses it. Saka takes it back. Saka brings the correct pass into Rashford. Rashford with the finesse shot into the bottom right-hand corner. Brilliant. Fantastic. Got a few things to work on, I think, for the next game, but if we can win this, it's a huge confidence boost for the team. I'm happy with that. 4-2. Happy with that. There's a substitution here. I think Gahey's coming off for Stones. Hopefully this isn't a theme. We want Gahey to start. But if it... But I think it is a smart substitution because Gahey, he is a tank at the back. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with it. This game has proved that England can be an attacking team. They can be an aggressive force. You know, we have the quality to do this. We have the quality. We have the team. We have... I think the only weaknesses that we have at the moment are on the fullback positions. But if Jed Spence can play in both positions, which we know he can, and here he is here, look, Jed Spence, I think, yeah, the ball's just gone out, then we can win this tournament. I know it's so easy and so, as I described it at work earlier, so terribly English to not believe that we can win this tournament. But we can. We have the quality. We have the team to do this. We have the manager to do this. A manager that is experienced at winning. We can win this. But I don't know. It's a great performance from England, I think. It's been a scrappy game, but, you know, we went in for the kill when the time was right. And, yeah, it was a great performance so far. Come on, let's get another one. 5-2, come on. Will they keep that in? No. That was unlucky there by Jed Spence. It was a good ball. It's just too heavy for Rodgers to pick up. Oh, excuse me. It's getting on a bit. It is currently 5 to 11. I've been up since 4:30 this morning. Just thought you'd like to know. Here we go. Kane went down, but Saka's in the box. It goes out for a throw-in. 6 added minutes. Now, I think the only concerns that we have at the moment are in the defence. Attacking, we are fantastic. Declan Rice, he had a great game up until he came off. I was just hearing in commentary that there could have been a little injury risk, which we do not need. We don't need anyone injured in this tournament. But if it was just a little knock and he'll be all right for the next game, then fine, we can deal with that. But defensively, I think he should have started Gahey over Stones. I'm not saying that those goals were Stones' fault, but it was just the ease of which Croatia scored them. I mean, they had their chances and they took them, but other than that, they haven't been that good. Whereas England, they have been brilliant, especially in the second half. The second half, we are fantastic. Really like Nico O'Reilly at left back for England. Really like it. And Jude as well. Jude Bellingham. What perfect number 10. Morgan Rogers is the perfect substitute for Jude, but he's got to play. He's the man of the match for me for Jude. Saka, he's had an entry towards the game. Harry Kane, he scores 2 goals. One is a penalty, one is a brilliant header. Declan Rice is also man of the match. A man of the match contender, I should say. I'd go for Jude personally. I think he brought on a lot of creativity to the England team. But we are nearly at the end of this first match for England in the 2026 World Cup. Pickford picks it up. Should be an easy 3 minutes for England to get 3 points. Well, it seems like we're getting to the end. I hope that you've enjoyed this stream. I've enjoyed doing it, even if it only sort of 1 or 2 people watch it. You know, I've enjoyed doing it. It's a confidence builder. It proves that I can actually do it, especially for games in the coming season as well as the World Cup. But I'm going to be doing more videos on Richmond Rovers, going to be doing more videos on Wes Watches. But yeah, it's been good fun. It's been good fun. I've enjoyed it. The biggest hurdle is actually doing it, and the fact that it has almost been done is it's nice. It's a nice feeling. Oh, almost a Croatia goal there from a corner. Here we go. Let's go on the counter. Finish it off. Rashford into Saka. This is what we like. Oh, that was unlucky. Harry looks like he's carrying a little knock there. We don't need that. He kamikazed himself there. Fair play to the skipper. Fantastic recovery by Rodgers. Free kick. Kill the game off. Come on. Excuse me. Oh, Harry Kane just fires it into Rosette, but that should be the end of the game by now. Three points. 3 points on the board. England go top of the group at the moment. Fantastic second half and a fantastic entry into the 2026 World Cup for England. I'm going to be doing the next game that England will be playing. I believe that is against Ghana on Tuesday night. So join me for that. I'm going to be doing a few more videos on Richmond Rovers as time goes on. But I just wanted to thank you for joining me on this live stream, whether or not it was actually joining me on the stream or whether or not it's watching it after I've recorded it live. But thank you so much for watching. If you do, give us a subscribe, give us a comment, a like, and let's keep Richmond Rovers going strong. Thank you so much.